Hello there. Several years back, I was a frustrated person because my life was not changing as fast as I wanted it to change. And that's the story of most people in our world. Most transformation efforts fail at the individual, organizational, and even national levels. I discovered the transformation secrets. I applied them to my life. My life has changed radically. I've been teaching those secrets for 30 years or more. I have had thousands of stories of people whose lives have changed. And on Saturday, the 8th of February, 2025, it's going to happen again at the Eco Hotel and Conference Center. It's the Shift Conference. We're going to share powerful transformation secrets. We're going to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Success Power. And we're going to release my new book, Shifts, 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. This is going to be revolutionary. You can't miss it, can you? Register right away and see you on 8th February.
Hello, I am delighted to let you know that my newest book, Shifts, 6 Proven Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership, published by John Wiley, is on pre-order right now. Shifts contains 6 powerful steps that will help you master the process for transformation. It is established in our world. Most transformation efforts fail, both at the personal, organizational, and national levels. But I have experienced transformation many times in my life. I call them shifts. And I have the process down to 6 powerful steps. So order your copy of Shifts now. Shift.samadeyemi.com. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite retreat is amazing. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The high level of excellence. The first class treatment is exceptional.
It's been so wonderful.
It was strategic. Every session has been powerful, and I will definitely come back next year.
Hello there. Several years back, I was a frustrated person because my life was not changing as fast as I wanted it to change. And that's the story of most people in our world. Most transformation efforts fail at the individual, organizational, and even national levels. I discovered the transformation secrets. I applied them to my life. My life has changed radically. I've been teaching those secrets for 30 years or more. I have had thousands of stories of people whose lives have changed. And on Saturday, the 8th of February, 2025, it's going to happen again at the Eco Hotel and Conference Center. It's the Shift conference. We're going to share powerful transformation secrets. We're going to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Success Power. And we're going to release my new book, Shifts, 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. This is going to be revolutionary. You can't miss it, can you? Register right away and see you on 8th February. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, or probably good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Wow. Well, it's Monday here. Like we normally do, we are a leadership community, right? And this is a global community. Thousands of us meet like this once a week when we can. So yes, let us know the city and country that you are joining us from. I can see already Sam 7 is watching from Kumasi, Ghana. Oh, yes. See you at the Dolos conference in March. Yes, I'm going to be in Accra with Dr. Mensa Otobil. I am looking forward to that conference that's going to draw church leaders from all over Africa. Amazing. Thank you, Sam. Look forward to seeing you. Jerry is watching from Gombe State in Nigeria. This says, good evening. The God Almighty will surely reward you abundantly this year for the good quality messages you're giving me and my household. And he's joining us from Italy. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. I say big amen to your prayers. Okay. Colin is joining us from Scotland. Yes, Ambassador Dr. Stephen is in Lagos, Nigeria. Bethel is in Port Harcourt. Divine is in Abuja. EB is in Toronto. Toronto. Boluwatife is in London. Ola is joining us from London. Okay. Wow. Pastor Divine from Douala, Cameroon. Revival Flames, Monrovia, Liberia. Wow. Favor from Port Harcourt. Samuel is in Manitoba, Canada. Fantastic. Wow. This is a global audience, truly. So really glad to have everybody here. Can we do something? Because this is a movement, right? A leadership movement. Because we come to realize that, where the head goes, right? That's where the rest of the body goes. John Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership, right? Craig Rochelle says everybody gets better when the leader gets better, right? And they say in the business world, the fish rots from the head. So leadership is an important issue. It's just that it is not very well understood. Many people feel that it is occupying a position that makes you a leader. So then they just sign out. When the discussion is leadership. For you to be a part of this discussion, that says a lot about you, right? You see yourself as a leader already. It's part of your self-image. That's fantastic. You are changing our world for the better already. So thank you for joining us. Can you share? Can you share right now? Share to someone on the various platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, right? On Twitter. No, not Twitter now. X. Let me check my X because it's there running live and all I have to do is to repost, right? I like it and I repost it on X. Exactly. Good. So let's bring people into the discussion. and let our world get better. You know, if you just did that, if you just shared, if you just alerted someone to join us, you just demonstrated leadership. Because leadership is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve worthwhile goals, good goals. There's negative leadership. You can lead people, you can influence people to achieve bad goals. But for us in our community, we want to make the world better. Good. Wisdom Solomon is joining us. Dr. Wisdom Solomon is joining us from Warri, Delta State. And Phillips is Nigeria. Sunday, Nigeria. Bartholomew, Nigeria. Samuel and Busayo, Nigeria. Moya is in Mississauga, Canada. Abraham Lincoln is in Lagos. Kefi is in Joburg, South Africa. Wow. Ife Benin City. Tubo, Sam Tubo in Port Harcourt. Wow. Good. So it's a global audience, right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I don't have the time to call everybody out. Ola in Ontario, thank you for joining us. Pastor Tim Baker, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for always being here. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So I got good news. First, I was in the Central American country of Belize last week. It was amazing. I'll tell you what I was talking to them about. I was hosted by the Global Leadership Summit, Belize. And it was just so powerful, so powerful. A big thank you to my chief host, Kem Timbra. It was amazing. So I go back to Atlanta on Friday and I met something exciting. Can you guess what it is? Something exciting, something we've been looking forward to now for many months. Here it is. Shifts. 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. I met my author's advanced copy of Shifts, my new book, my latest book, published by Wiley, right? Oh, this is just so amazing. It's so clean, it's so neat, it's so beautiful. You've got to get your copy. 6 steps to do what? Transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. My core message in this book: you, as a leader, you cannot create sustainable change, sustainable transformation without shifting culture. And you cannot shift culture until you can shift mindsets. The shifts is an acronym, right? Okay, so look. Official release date is February 5. So that's the date some people are going to be getting their own copies delivered to their homes, right? If you pre-ordered. This is when to get your copy. Today, shifts.samadeyemi.com, right? Shifts.samadeyemi.com. Anyway, so it's really beautiful. The jacket is beautiful. You know, the cover. Do you like my picture? This is great. See, the endorsements. Endorsements. 1 page. 2nd page. 3rd page. 4th page. 5th page. Page 6. 6 pages of endorsements from reputable influencers. I am humbled. You will want to read the book. Oh my God. Well, if you are an alumni of the Daystar Leadership Academy, the leadership school I founded, almost 23 years ago, then you will love to hear this. The dedication to all alumni of the Daystar Leadership Academy. Thank you for making small and big shifts wherever you are, transforming our world. Wow. If you are a DLA alumni, you've got to get your copy, right? And then you have the chapters, the power of shifts. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2, see and hear. 3, insights and formulate. 4, transform and succeed. I hope you know shifts is an acronym. Shifts is an acronym, a transformation for my transformation methodology. And the S stands for S, the H for hear, the I for insight, the F for formulate, the T for transform, and the S for succeed. And the basic principle that runs through whatever you see and hear consistently over time will enter your heart and put your life on autopilot. It's so powerful. My, oh my. I've applied this over and over and over. The principles in here with amazing results, right? And there are loads and loads of the stories in here. Okay, so so the first chapter just gives you a broad overview. It's the power of shifts. And then the next 3 chapters break down the 3 steps, right? 2 each. And then chapter 5 is on personal shifts, how you can apply this methodology for transformation in your life. Chapter 6 is on professional shifts, how you can apply these to teams and to organizations, the same methodology, radically transforming. And then chapter 7 is on leadership shifts, global and cultural. Actually, I apply the shift methodology to nations. So that was what I did in Belize. I had 3 sessions at the core conference itself. So I did the personal shifts, I did the organizational shifts, and then I did national shifts. Oh my God, I was proposing powerful ideas on how Belize can become a developed economy. Oh my God, the feedback was explosive. Okay, I love it. The introduction. Welcome to Shifts. It was a sunny afternoon. Our youth event was to start at 2 p.m. To my surprise, heavy rain descended at about 1:30 o'clock. No, this is not the place to read it. Buy your copy now. Okay. Pre-order your shifts.samadeyemi.com. So when you go there, you will see the various platforms. You will see the link to Amazon, the link to Barnes & Noble, the link to Porchlight, right? Which other one? So you can click any of them. You could actually go to any of those websites and right. Yes, EB, that's what it is. The thing though is you go on my own website for this book. So apart from being able to use any of the links to buy, then there is another section where we ask you to put in your name and your email and the receipt number or your order number. Because with that, you will join a special group. Good. So that's what the page looks like, right? Thank you so much, my team. That's what the page looks like. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Bookshop, Porchlight. If you want to order large numbers, like 50, 100, copies, 200 copies, then Porchlight is your thing because they have discounts waiting for you there. Now, when you've ordered, then on the right side, you put in the information we're talking about. Then you get a special invitation to an exclusive masterclass that is holding this Thursday. Okay, 4 p.m. EST, this Thursday. Only those who have pre-ordered. Only those who have pre-ordered. You put in your information there. If you pre-ordered independently on your own on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or anywhere, just come and put the receipt number here and the information we asked for. You will have access into that exclusive masterclass. You'll get deep insights into this book before other people even have the opportunity of laying hands on them, okay? Yes, that's this Thursday, 4 p.m. So I think this is the best time. If you haven't done your pre-order yet, you need to order now. Official release date is next week, right? Next week, Wednesday, anyway. So the books are actually, as you can see, off the press. So shifts.samadeyemi.com. Shifts.samadeyemi.com. If you're in North America, absolutely order. If you're outside, maybe you're in Nigeria, you have an address in North America to which you can order a book on Amazon, go ahead, right? This is the best time to do it. And then you can join us online on Thursday. Wow. I am excited. I'm excited because if you live in North America, you can, and let's say you're a customer of Target or Walmart, go on their website, also order there, and then come put in your information on shifts.samadeyemi.com. I saw some little discount on the Walmart website today. Don't you think it's an amazing thing that the two largest supermarket chains in North America are selling this book? It's amazing. For me, it's mind-blowing, right? Walmart, Target, it's phenomenal. Okay, so if you have registered, if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, if you're in Nigeria, right? If you're in Nigeria and you have registered for the Shift Leadership Conference, if you registered for the VIP session, I have an autographed copy for you. If you registered for the VIP session, I have an autographed copy for you. If you are one of our sponsors, right, we want to say a big thank you to the sponsors for the Shift Leadership Conference. You have complimentary copies coming, autographed. Okay, fantastic. So yes, the people that attend the conference are going to have the opportunity to buy it. The conference is next week, Saturday, 8th, right? The 8th of February. 8th of February. This is the time to register right now. Yeah, anywhere near Nigeria. Ghana is 45 minutes by flight to Lagos. Accra is 45 minutes by flight to Lagos, right? Yes. The website for the conference is Shift, no S, no second S, right? Shift-conference.com. Shift-conference.com. And you can register right away. There'll be 2 sessions. Don't forget, there's a VIP session. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. That will run from around, let's say, 2 p.m. to about 4:30 p.m., right? That's the ultimate. That's the one you don't want to miss. Now, if you register for the VIP session, it automatically brings you into the general session. At the general session, there are 2 levels. There's the founders level. Those are the people that will have tables and seats towards the front, along with the VIPs. And then we have the general session, okay? Whatever you do, just make sure you don't miss that conference. Wow. Wow. So thank you, everyone. Remember, you're going to get your copy right now. Shifts. Okay, let me get there is a page that displays, yes, there's a page, that displays the shifts model in graphics, right? It's hardcover. Only hardcover for all the copies coming off the press right now. You know what? If you are a founder, right? If you're a founder, if you're a CEO, you would be making powerful investments in your staff. If you order large copies of Shift, one of our clients ordered for 1,000 copies for their employees. I thought, wow, the book is not even out yet, right? This book is a revolution. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. So we were discussing last week, the last few weeks, about action orientation, right? Action orientation for us as leaders. Thank you, Lavington from Nairobi. Thank you for joining us. Sky is in Havila. Amazing. Yes. I'm sorry. Such an important call, but that can't come in now. Something really urgent. Thank you, Khalifa, for joining us from Ojo. Yes. I see you, Olajumoke. I see you, Emmanuel. I see you, and Pastor Sheye. I see you. Okay. Let's talk about strategic action. Very important. I'll just speak for a short while. That's what we normally do here. And then I'll take questions. Okay. So today I'll reduce the talking and then we'll do more of answering the questions. I make a big deal of us not just being leaders, but being strategic leaders. Because you can be an operational leader and you can be a strategic leader. You can be an operational leader, you can be a strategic leader. When you're an operational leader, yes, you are able to influence people, motivate, rally people to work under normal conditions. But when you are dealing with rapidly changing scenarios, then you need the strategic leader, the leader that is able to lead the group to create success, not only in normal conditions, but in rapidly changing ones. We need the strategic leader to help us create success for the group, not only in the present, but also in the future. Those are the things that separate strategic leaders. And research showed that only 13% of leaders are strategic. Okay, so you've got to do strategic thinking. In other words, you think not only for normal conditions, but for abnormal conditions, not only for the present, but also for the future, right? And then with that, you can do your strategic planning. But let's jump to strategic action. It means that whatever you're doing now has the capacity to create success for the group, not only under normal conditions, but in abnormal conditions, not only in the present, but also in the future. That's important, right? So on Saturday, the 8th of February, one of the things we'll be doing will be, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Success Power, because my broadcast Success Power went on air for the first time ever on the 8th of February, 1995. I love it. It's one of the most strategic steps I've ever taken in my life. I was in my late 20s. And even though I was having fights in my head, I'm grateful that I did it afraid, even though I did not have the money, right? I did not have the resources with which to execute, an excellent broadcast like we did. I'm grateful that I went ahead. I'm grateful that I did it afraid. Why? I learned a very valuable lesson. A very valuable lesson. Somewhere in the Bible, I think it's in the book of Ecclesiastes, King Solomon said, "He who waits for perfect conditions will never get anything done." I am amazed at how, as I took the step forward, holding meetings, preparing, to go on radio, the resources started showing up. First, not even money first, human resources. When I voiced my plans to go on radio, two gentlemen came to me and said, "Tell us, describe to us this your vision for going on radio." Two men that I will never forget the rest of my life, both working at one of the foremost advertising agencies in Nigeria at that time. One was deputy creative director and the other was the production manager. When I had described my vision, they said, "Okay, do you have a name for the program?" I told them the idea that I had. They said, "Can you give us 2 weeks?" And they came back with a printed report with graphs and charts of the radio stations, in our city, the percentages of men and women that listened to each station and so on, and they made their recommendation. Professional, I attracted professionals. They asked me, "How are you planning to record this broadcast?" I said, "Oh, sure, I'll just set up my equipment here on my office table and I'll record." To show you how I knew nothing about broadcasting. They had recorded broadcasts. So they played the first one. They recorded it from BBC. They said, "Do you like the quality?" I said, "Yes." They played the second one, recorded from Voice of America. They said, "Do you like the quality of this one?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Well, sorry, they don't record this kind in the office. We're taking you to the studio." I said, "Oh, whoa, okay." It's amazing that when you set big goals, the goals change you before you even achieve the goals. But that's especially if you take action. Leaders have got to be courageous, right? We will be holding meetings, right, in preparation for going on that radio broadcast. And I'll be afraid. Like the day they mentioned how much it would cost for production and airtime for the first quarter, I almost screamed. In the Nigerian currency, right, it was 120,000 naira. Remember, this was 30 years ago. 120,000 naira. To give you perspective, my monthly salary was 8,200. 8,200, right? And then you say 120,000. I almost screamed. Then I cautioned myself, reminded myself I was the leader and I couldn't tell them anything was impossible. We went ahead. I wrote radio broadcasts, 120,000 naira on a small, a white postcard, and I used sellotape to tape it to the wall in my bedroom. And by the way, Those are the principles I teach here in this book, right? It runs through the whole book. Eventually, what happened? The first check I got was for 30,000 naira. The second check that I got was for 150,000 naira. Okay, I got more. I was planning for. The money showed up from nowhere. The resources showed up after I took action to start. You just never know what is on the other side of your action. Okay? So when you're a leader, you've got to be open-minded. You've got to be willing, and you've got to experiment. Nothing is going to absolutely guarantee your success or guarantee that things are going to work out, right? It's important. Why do we say that vision is one of the most important qualities of a leader? Because we've come to realize that what is most important for a leader is not just your resource, but your resourcefulness. Not just your resource, but your resourcefulness. That, how do I describe vision? The ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. That's it. So you've got to see, right? Potential. You've got to see how to adapt a resource. You've got to recognize how to do trade by barter, right? Because sometimes you have value. You don't have money, but you have value. So then you find a way to to trade the value. Sometimes it's not money that you need. It's a particular thing that you need. It may be a product. It may be a service. Okay, so, and you have value to give. Why don't you barter? You can sidestep cash because money has not always been in existence. It was created for convenience, right? Thank you, Femi, for joining us from the UK. Okay, so become an action-oriented person. This subject is so important to me because I was not always an action-oriented person, right? I am introverted. My strength is in thinking, right? That's my default, therefore, because that's my strength. Think and think, plan and plan and plan and plan and plan. Until one day I read in the book, of what use is aim if you're not ready to pull the trigger? They said that's the way some people hunt games in the bush. They have the gun, and it is 3 steps. Ready, aim, fire. The way some people live their lives. Ready, aim, That's where hesitating comes in, or hesitation. Hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, the perfect person, and then the opportunity escapes. The opportunity disappears because time and opportunity are the same thing, right? Ready, aim. So the saying is, of what use is your aim if you don't know when to pull the trigger, right? I'm so sorry. This it's another device. Of what use is aim if you don't know when to pull the trigger? So I learned to fire. I learned to fire. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Yes. Of what use is aim if you don't know when to pull the trigger? So Action orientation is one of the basic qualities of leaders because you just never know what is on the other side of your action, right? So you're asking yourself, that's true. I have the tendency to procrastinate. I have the tendency, so how do I improve my ability to take action? I would say one thing I'm going to recommend, make sure that in your inner circle you have action-oriented people. Okay? Um, I married an action-oriented woman. Okay? Like there's an adage in my local language in Nigeria that says all of us cannot sleep and face the same direction or something like that. Okay? So the people you surround yourself with matters. If you lead a team, everybody on the team cannot just be a thinker, right? Diversity is the strength of a team. You need to have some action-oriented people that easily get bored when you are doing too much talking at the meeting. They're just waiting for the decision. Let's know what we need to do. So we get on with it, okay? You may need to get a mentor that is action-oriented. That helps a lot also because that will help adjust your thinking once in a while. Yes. Your mentors, whether, sometimes we have mentors we're not even close to, right? Some are a long way off, but just make sure that some of the people you are modeling after are action-oriented people, right? You can see the results. You hear from their stories that they are action-oriented. These are things that help us. This is how it works, right? So you are listening to one of the person's presentations on YouTube, right? Or an audio, or you're reading a book from the person. You will see action orientation in there. You will see the actions that they took. And then you can get the inspiration also to take your own action. I must add, there's absolutely no point discussing action if you're not going to be persistent. If you're the kind that just gives up easily because something did not work out the first time, perish the thought. Who promised things are going to work out the first time? They usually don't anyway. So for us in our community, we don't, the word failure does not exist in our dictionary. We only have learning opportunities. So when it doesn't work out, it's a learning opportunity. Fantastic. Well, I hope that's helpful for someone. I hope that's helpful. Do you have a question for me before we run for today? I know it's late already in some parts of the world, so we don't want to keep people waiting, right? Don't forget, shift 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. You can actually go on shifts.samadeyemi.com immediately and place your order. Don't order only for yourself. This is one of the best gifts you could give anybody right now. I promise you, one of the best gifts you could give anybody right now. And remember, you order now or you ordered before. When you go on shifts.samadeyemi.com, you put in your name, your email, and your order number. We put you in for an exclusive masterclass, an exclusive Shifts masterclass holding this Thursday, 4 p.m. EST. And I look forward to meeting you there. All right. Good. Oh, yeah, yes. Are you in the Lagos area? Do everything possible. Don't let the world leave you by. Make sure you show up at the Shift Leadership Conference. You register at Shift, singular, not plural, shift-conference.com. When I was in high school, there was a gentleman who, I've told his story several times. I'll never stop sharing that story because it left an indelible mark on my mind, right? It was not time for inter-house sports yet, but he would step out of the hostel and all alone on the racetrack, he would hold the baton and be running very early in the morning. And he would time himself and all that. Like a crazy person, he was competing against himself. Well, we didn't pay too much attention to him. We were just amused by him. But I'll never forget that when it was time for the inter-house sports, the young man cleaned out all the medals for the sprint races, for the sprints. He cleared out, everybody was shouting his name. Yeah. So since then, my mind made that connection between preparation and success. My mind made that connection between, between running ahead of other people, running when nobody is chasing you, running when it is your vision you are chasing and it is your vision that is chasing you, right? Running, taking action when other people don't even have an idea what you are doing yet. I realized that is what being strategic is all about. You get to the future before other people get there. You erect your toll gates or your checkpoints. Yes, by the time they arrive at that future, then you take the toll gates from them, so to speak. I made that connection. So we're beginning to sing now about leadership, to talking about leadership. I promise you, when you have people with leadership mindset around, the world never remains the same. Leaders change the world. People with a leadership mindset change the world. So this is a powerful movement, and this is the best time for you to dive in and join us as we raise the bar on the way leadership is done all over the world. Join us at the Shift Conference in Lagos. Okay, what changes is asking? What has kept you going at the initial stages of Success Power, or since the initial stages of Success Power? 30 years, right? That's a good question to ask. One very important word, the vision. The vision from scratch, the vision was global. From scratch, the vision was global, right? 2, reinvention. Reinvention. Think about it. There's no way things can remain the same for 30 years. Absolutely no way. I started on radio. The world is not the same. There were only few radio channels in my city and in Nigeria. Now there are so many of them. There was no internet available for us to use generally in the way we do today. Social media, all those social media platforms were not even in existence. So to remain relevant, I have had to evolve. I have had to evolve. I have had to change. Okay? I have had to change. I've not stopped growing. And so why is it that many people are unable to reinvent and to change like that? Because the principle is that of sowing and reaping. To evolve into another level, you need to die at your current level. It's a death and resurrection experience. It's like the plants that you are eating today, the fruits you are eating, or the crops, they came from those that died. You put a soil in the ground, the first thing it does is to disintegrate. And then new life comes out of it, something that never existed before. That's how you move from one level to the other. You literally have to sometimes kill your success to evolve to the next level. That's why a lot of people are trapped at one current level of success. Maybe one other thing that has helped is the fact that I always have mentors. I always have people who have achieved more than I have achieved. So before I get too comfortable and celebrate myself too much, I am challenged because there are other people who have done more. I hope that helps. Alani is asking, when are you bringing a conference to the UK? When the people in the UK show enough interest to host us, right? So don't worry, we'll put out something to measure the interest, and then we'll be able to decide. Divine is asking, have you ever faced moments where you wanted to quit ministry? How did you navigate those challenges? Oh, sure. On the church side of my work, like here I'm a leadership coach, right, and consultant. But then on the church side of my work, yes, I told my sweetheart, Pastor Nike, one day, circa 1997, I said, let's go to a guest house and we'll do a retreat. I said, I want to ask God whether I am supposed to be pastoring or not. At that point, yes, I was considering abandoning the pastoring side of my job. Why? Because my teaching gift is number one, right? Wisdom, knowledge, and the desire to share teaching. So, and because I had gone on radio and people now knew me and now know my brand, they now knew my message. It was success, right? Then I started getting invitations everywhere. So I was going everywhere speaking. But then specifically pastors would tell me that the ideal day for me to come to their churches was Sunday. Now, but I also had a church. So I couldn't go on Sundays because I had the church. Sometimes I would actually dash somewhere if their service was earlier, speak there and then run into our own church to speak. Or I would speak at our church and immediately, while they were trying to round up the service, I would run somewhere else to go speak. That was when I was thinking, look, this is too much stress. Maybe I should dump this church thing. But when it comes to church ministry, it runs purely on God said. So that's why I was praying. And what I had was, I told you you're a pastor and a pastor of pastors. So you need to pastor this church because it is what works in this church that you will teach other pastors. So I continued. I'm glad I did, right? The church itself has grown to become a phenomenon now. Yeah, so there was a temptation to quit. So Raymond is asking, what is one characteristic that differentiates an operational leader from a strategic leader? I would say that it is perspective. Perspective. The operational leader likes the status quo. The strategic leader likes change. That's important, right? Likes change, actually initiates it, senses change coming. Change always happens. But sadly, human nature values stability. We crave it at a deep level. You would think that the average person who has been around, you've seen even your own body change, right? Over the years. You've seen the seasons change. You've seen other people change. You've seen circumstances change. Still, our minds just have a way of dulling our senses to just not recognize those changes. In fact, our response is fear and a strong desire to keep things the way they are. But the strategic leader actually accepts that change is normal. In fact, that change is coming and seeks to run ahead of it. Iyano is asking, why is it so difficult to sell a service to family and friends when they actually need it? They want it for free. They would rather pay a stranger who may not be as competent. I think that should be normal, right? Human nature is vain. Human nature. All of us want good things for free. If I would like to get something for nothing, it's just, so they're just demonstrating human nature, right? All those other beautiful things they're paying for. If they had a way of getting those things for free, they would have gotten. That's why they're asking you, since they have access to you. They're leveraging your relationship. I promise you, if they were as close to those other people, those strangers that you're talking about, they would also have asked if they could get for free. So it's just human nature playing out. So it's up to you, to let people know, I have bills to pay. This is what I used to pay my rent. Then it gets to them forcefully. But it's human nature to take for granted what is close to you. That's why they say the grass always looks greener on the other side of the fence. Yeah, people don't value what they have. Now, as a business person, you've got to learn to go where you are valued, where your products are valued. In fact, not just valued. Seek to sell to people that highly value your products and services. Not just value, I repeat, highly value, and who have the capacity to pay you. It will make life easier for you. To do that, though, is not easy. You will have to say no sometimes to like 100 people before you find that one person that highly values and is willing to pay you. So don't let the no's, therefore, affect your self-esteem, right? Each person that says no, they don't want to buy your product or service, that's good. They just establish the fact that they are not your customers. So you can check on Amazon. Yeah, say you're in Cyprus. I'm sure you have access to Amazon there, right? Yes, you'll be able to find it on your local Amazon page. Somola says, I tried registering the school I serve as a youth corper, and it happens that the school doesn't have a website. How can you? Oh, well, I'm sorry, actually, that registration is closed for schools. It was massively oversubscribed, so, and our team is already qualifying the schools. I'm sorry, but it's closed. That offer is closed. How do you move from being a spur of the moment, action-oriented leader to being a persistent one? And Yola is asking, how do you cultivate persistence, right? It's a mind game, right? It's a psychological thing. Patience is one of the proofs of maturity. Patience is one of the proofs of maturity. When I was a child, I remember when it rained, I just loved the fact that things were growing out of the ground. So I planted some seeds. One day like that, after it had rained, I dug the ground and planted some seeds because, yeah. Anyway, and the next day I went there to see whether they had started growing. And I was disappointed that they had not started. And I dug the soil to see what was wrong. So I'm telling you that the more mature you become, the more you accept the fact that you need time to achieve anything worthwhile on this planet, right? So it's a mental thing. It's a mindset thing. There is always a time lapse between the time you plant a seed and the time you harvest, right? Good. So first is expanding your capacity to wait. Expanding your capacity to wait. There are different kinds of seeds, different kinds of crops. The ones we call food crops, usually the ones that mature within 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and so on. The ones we call cash crops, those ones usually take like 3 years, 4 years before they begin to bear fruit, right? So I read many years ago about one species of the Chinese bamboo. The farmer plants it and waters it and all through the first year, nothing happens. Second year, you don't even see anything changing. Third year, same thing. Fourth year, same thing. The fifth year, same thing. And then they said it is during the sixth year that you see a shoot. During the sixth year, the only thing is that shoot then just goes up like that and grows to be 90 feet in 6 weeks. 90 feet in 6 weeks. So sometimes some of our pursuits work like that. So it's the maturity, right? To look at the project you're actually executing and ask yourself what usually happens. The people who have worked in the same area, how long has it taken them to get there? It will change your thinking. You'll be amazed. Read people's stories. You'll be amazed. The overnight successes were made over 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right? So it's a mindset game and it's a function of maturity. Okay, a few minutes to go. Can you throw insight on how you were able to achieve much, especially as a single who had to do everything yourself, including domestic chores, work, plus pursuing your goals, which also requires a lot? Everybody on this planet has the same number of hours, 24. So it is how you manage your time, okay, that makes the difference between all of us. You and the President of the United States of America have the same quantity of time. So you need to see time as a resource. Very important. Time is so valuable, and what makes it valuable is its scarcity. It's the fact that once it is gone forever. Once it's gone, boom, it's gone forever. You can't recover it. That's what makes it valuable, more valuable than money. So what you do before it goes is you convert it, because it's a convertible resource, right? I'll tell you the big word in time management: prioritize. Prioritize, prioritize. So that's what I've had to do. I never have enough time to do everything I want to do, but at any point in time, I recognize the things that are important and urgent. Important and urgent. There are many things that are urgent, but they are not important. A lot of people can make the separation. They can't recognize the difference. So they do a lot of urgent things, but those urgent things have no value. Many phone calls have no value. Urgent because it's ringing and you know it will ring out, but it's of no value, right? So it's urgent but not important. I prefer to spend most of my time doing the things that are important but not urgent. Important. Why? Because I love to be strategic, right? So I love to take care of tomorrow, today, ahead. So by the time tomorrow comes, I'm harvesting while others are struggling. Okay, good. I prioritize, manage my time well. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. So many questions, but let me take just one or two and we can run. Just one or two. Where is it? How do you effectively sell your vision to your team? Good question. How do you sell anything? The way you sell anything else. You identify the needs, the pain of the person you are selling to, and then you identify the benefits they will get from what you are selling. That's what matters to everybody. Nobody cares about your vision. They care about their own lives, right? Good. So what is important? What's the source of pain to the people you are talking to? Everybody's internal radio is permanently tuned to what's in it for me, WIIFM. That's how you get anybody's attention. Sell how this vision would benefit them, how to change their lives. you'll see how excited they will be about it. All right. I have a music ministry. I need something to do for sustainability. I'm at the point of dropping music for other things. If you're multi-talented and the music is not bringing the money, then do something else to sustain yourself first and make the music the hobby. However, we know all over the world that music is selling big. So you may just need to have a mentor. You may need to adapt, your approach to the way you do your music. But if it is not putting food on your table and paying your rent, you need to prioritize that first. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Remember, while the official release date for this amazing book is February 5, which is just next week, I got my advanced author's copy. See the interior. The layout is fantastic. The font's beautiful, easy on the eyes. Shifts, 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. The principle that runs through is a principle that controls whole industries. You'll be amazed when you get to understand this principle. Whatever you see and whatever you hear consistently over time will enter your heart and put your life on autopilot. It's running the advertising industry, running the entertainment industry, running the educational industry, and so on. So many of us would for once take charge of our own lives instead of sitting down there and allowing people to dump things into our minds and to program us through remote control. Let me put it like that. All right. The Shift Leadership Conference, February 8th, Saturday, February 8th. Shift Leadership Conference. Let me say this as I wrap everything up today. The definition of leadership has changed. Occupying a position does not make you a leader. It actually gives you the opportunity to do the real thing. The real thing is influence. If as an introvert, I could learn, about leadership skills and qualities and cultivate them, and today have millions of followers, on social media and much more actually off social media, you can do it. Every human has the potential for leadership. It's just that most have abandoned their responsibility, to cultivate their leadership capacity. And then all we do is complain and lament. Sorry. Power is first imagined. This is where power starts from. So you see yourself as a victim. That's how your life is going to be. You will be robbed of your agency, your capacity to make decisions for yourself, right? Secondly, you will be robbed of your capacity to influence other people for good. Our world seems to be getting darker and darker. Good people need to cultivate their influence skills and their influence capacities and influence our world maximally. Why is leadership important? It creates the environment. Leadership creates the environment for human potential to flourish. And what we see all over the world today is human potential being frustrated. Human potential is being frustrated. Will you be that one person who will start right from where you are to encourage human potential? I never want people around me to remain the same. I want them to grow in their capacity, right? So let's make the world better as we move forward together as a community. Has this discussion been helpful today? If yes, can you help me to type a yes in the comment section? If I see 5 yeses, I'll take it that this discussion was worth the while. Oh, thank you. I got the first one. Thank you. Oh, I got the second one. The third, the fourth. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I got 5 already. Thank you. Oh my God, now they're pouring in. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. as I began to cultivate my leadership qualities, I just found myself literally floating to the top every group, everywhere I have been. So I believe that you are rising, that your season of promotion is here. I believe it that this year, this year, you will experience promotion in every area of your life. Thank you for all the yeses. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for getting your copy, ordering your copy of Shifts 6 Steps to Transform Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership. And thank you for showing up for registering right away for the Shift Leadership Conference, Lagos. Thank you. Thank you for the loads and loads of the yeses. I love you. Have a beautiful evening or afternoon or morning, depending on where you are. See you again next week. And remember, if you got your pre-order, go to shifts.samadeyemi.com, put in your details, and we'll see you on Thursday at 4 p.m. EST. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.
Hello there. This is a special thank you message to all of our sponsorship partners for the Shift Leadership Conference, Lagos, holding on 8 February 2025. The cultivation of leadership is like what the farmer does, cultivating the environment to make it conducive for the seed to flourish. Leaders create the environment for human potential to flourish. By partnering with us, you're making it possible for us to enhance human potential and to transform our world, one individual, family, organization, and nation at a time. You're making it possible for us to spread the leadership message and to offer scholarships, partial and full, to hundreds of people, including students, to attend this conference. So I say thank you again. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. I pray for you to flourish extraordinarily. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you on February 8th.